So you want to know how to get your first 5 to 10 high-paying coaching clients. For this, I'm going to go over exactly how you can close $2,000 to $5,000 per client, doing this with just a few months of starting from scratch. Zero offer, zero clue of who you're wanting to help. If you're watching this video, you are going to learn exactly how you can hit 10 to 20K a month without ads, without any crazy funnel, and I'm going to show you right now. How to land your first 5 to 10 high ticket clients step by step. In this video, we're going to be going over not just how to land your clients, but how to figure out what you're actually good at, being able to figure out who you want to help, creating an offer around that, and then how you're going to get high paying clients anywhere from around that $2,000 to $5,000 per person. So you'll be able to scale up to that 10K mark and doing it pretty quickly, right? So first, we need to pick something that you are good at, right? And the thing with this is that you have to pick a monetizable skill. Not all skills are monetizable. Some skills simply you can't charge people for. Now you can work around that, right? So for example, I've had clients who wanted to scale or wanted to coach snowboarding, right? Now the thing was we couldn't have them coaching snowboarding because all the people that they wanted to coach was like younger generation. So what we did is we had them target that to the parents, right? We had them target the parents, showing like parents who wanted to get their kids into a sport, showing snowboarding was kind of the way to do that, and it was pretty successful. So a few different monetizable skills are obviously the gym, right, which is fitness, relationships. We have editing, any like freelance work. We could do high ticket sales, but any skill that you can actually charge people for is going to be something that you can coach people on, right? Now, the thing that you wanna have as well is that it needs to be a main topic, not just one thing. If you're trying to coach someone on one thing, like for example, a specific part of editing, most likely that will not work because you can't have an offer that's in depth enough. So what we want to do is focus on a main topic. For example, if you're helping people with the gym, they're going to get meal plans, they're going to get calorie deficits or calorie surplus, right? Workout plans, etc. Now, all of these, the reason that coaching works and that coaching is such a high value and a high income skill is because it's not always about the information. It's about being able to apply information to specific people and communicate what they actually have to do. So if you are able to communicate to someone what they need to do and you're able to solve a problem, you can do pretty much anything for a monetizable skill. However, there's a few things that it comes down to, and that's what we'll get into for picking a person. But pick a skill that you are good at. If you're not sure if you can charge people for it, simply just go on ChatGPT, ask if this is a monetizable skill. If it's not, pick something else, right? Niche down to one specific person. This is step 2. The reason that we're niching down to one specific person is because when you are targeting everyone, you're really targeting no one. Everyone's going to say, is this really for me? And that's a problem, right? We need to be able to target one specific person. So with you have targeted offer, you'll have these maybe 3 of these people say this is exactly what I need, right? Now, a lot of times people think if I'm targeting one person, I'm going to miss out on a lot of clients, right? But you're not, because the thing is, when you're targeting everyone, you're going to look like everyone else. There's nothing standing you apart from other people. I'll go into showing what a good example of this is next, but you want to target a very niche down person. I heard someone say this, I don't remember who it was, but niche down until it hurts. You want to niche down until you're literally like not even able to find those people anymore, right? So like an example of that, it would have to be so specific. It would have to be like you're teaching people that are 40 years old how to lose weight, and they work they're a mechanic, and they have like you'd have to go ultra specific to get hurt by this, okay? Because even if you have 3 people that you're really targeting, you're going to reach some of these other people as well. For example, I help mainly fitness coaches, but like I said, I literally just said some of the people that I'm helping, right? With editing, with high ticket sales, with that. You're going to get other people because they see that you are an expert, and that's going to make them want to work with you. So figure out what you're good with, right? Figure out what you're actually good at. Niche down to one specific person. And now once you actually find that person, the next step that you have to do is figure out, figure out pain points of that person. Now, what does this mean? Pain points are things that people feel, right, or people have going on that are making them have a hard time to do what their desired situation is. Okay, so pain points could be feeling like it's too late, right? These are gym examples, like an overweight mom, right, feeling like it's too late. A skinny teen, they know the potential but they don't know what to do. A busy business owner, right, they have a hectic schedule. Picking one specific person and then figuring out their pain points is how you're going to actually create an offer around that. And if you're really having a hard time, pick those people. Again, here are some examples: overweight moms, skinny teens, busy business owners. Having a pain point in the example is good, right? Skinny teens, they don't want to be skinny. Overweight moms, they don't want to be overweight. Busy business owners, they don't have time to work out. So figuring out who you want to help, then pain points about them. What I do, and what I have some of my clients do, is reach out to people. Reach out and ask them what's holding them back from getting where they want to be, right? So for example, if you're a video editor, you're going to, like, you want to help coach creators to make better content so they get more leads, more money, more all of that. You could go to them and simply say, hey, I just started video editing. I'm not trying to sell you anything. However, I am trying to create the best offer I can. So what are the things that you have problems with or like really hold you back your content wise? So then I can make sure I add those into my offer and help people out better. So you're simply going to go directly to the source and ask them exactly what you want to do. Now, what I want you to do before you start your offer is list out day-to-day struggles, struggles that they face, thoughts that they have, things that they don't even know they need solved. You have to have a better understanding of these people than they have of themselves. If you do not understand someone better than they do, then there's no reason they're going to go to you. You have to understand their struggles more. So once you figure out this, once you have your person, once you have your skill, once you know their pain points, go to figure out their desires. Now, creating your desire and creating your offer, this is where most people get stuck. And about 80% of people never get past this point and are never able to actually scale up to even their first sale. Because if you cannot create a very good offer, then you simply won't succeed. So if you want one-on-one help doing this, click the first link down below, book a call with me, and we'll get you scaled up to that 10K point. If you want to do it on your own, that's totally fine, right? It's not for everyone. So with that being said, you want to figure out their desires, right? Once you figure out their pain points, go to the desire mark. For desires, what is this? What is a desire? A desire is the ideal outcome or ideal situation someone could be in, okay? So if you're an overweight mom, your desire isn't just losing that weight. It's being able to spend more time with your kids, right? Being a good role model for your kids. Finally having energy. Finally being able to go to the beach like in a bikini, right? Finally being able to live your best life. Finally have energy. If you do not know their desires better than they do, you will not succeed well. And that was just off the top of my head, right? Those are just what I would assume. You want to go more in depth in that, right? You want to truly understand everything. What keeps these people up at night, and then what would solve every problem in their life. And then position your offer as the solution to all of their problems, right? So if you're helping, go back to like the content creator, right? If you're helping content creators get better at editing, you are going to be solving all of the problems. These are their little problems here, right? And this is your solution right here. Your solution should mitigate all their problems, completely get rid of them, and bring them to their desired situation. If your offer does not solve, and they are not confident that it solves every single one of their problems, then it just doesn't matter, and it's not a good enough offer. So figure out their desires, list them out, and then create your actual offer. What is an offer? An offer is what you're going to be delivering these people, what you're going to be helping them with, and how you're going to get them the results. So write out a simple sentence, just so you know. Basically, like, we will take you from your struggle to your desired situation by implementing blah, 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 so you don't have to struggle with something else, right? A good example, and there's plenty, right? An example that you could kind of go from is, we will take you from feeling depressed, unmotivated, and stressed to being 100 pounds overweight and have you lose that 100 pounds using a non-restrictive nutrition plan, allowing you to eat what you want and feel better than you ever have. So this would be like for the overweight mom situation. You're taking them from where they are right now, bring them all the way up to the best possible scenario, right? Exactly. You're saying what would solve it. So losing 100 pounds would put you in this new situation, right? where they're feeling better than they ever have, where they're allowed to eat what they want. So you're basically saying, like, with your offer, you're stating that your offer will take them from where they are to their absolute desired situation simply just with your help, right? And that's exactly what we need, and that's what we need them to believe. Now, you're not convincing these people, right? You're not like lying to them. Your offer does need to do that. Your offer does have to actually take people from where they are to where they want to be. And if it doesn't do that, and you're just telling people it is, then you are a scam, right? We don't want to be a scam. Scams are bad. So figure out your offer. A way that you can do this, if you're really not sure, right, is like copy someone else's, right? Go to ChatGPT and say, hey, I am starting coaching. I want to help this person get to this. And I want you to help me create the best offer I can. In order to do that, what would it need to include? Once it tells you what you need to include, then you pick out what you can actually do. Think to yourself, like, if I was this person, would this be everything I need in order to actually succeed? Okay. After that, you're going to download either Trainerize, School, or WAP, depending on what you're coaching. If you're doing fitness coaching, I'd suggest Trainerize. If you're doing coaching, you can do either of these, but I would recommend School. And if you're doing digital product, then do WAP. Okay. These are all specialized in different things, and that's why you kind of have to do different situations. Ooh. Okay. With that as well, now I'm going to show you a good example of a good offer, right? And this is just the sentence. The sentence of the offer, this is like an elevator pitch, right? What it does. That isn't everything it includes, okay? It's going to include quite a bit more. Once you actually think about everything the person would need, like if you're a fitness coach, then you'd be helping them with the habits, you'd be helping them with the actual like nutrition, with the workouts they have to do, what they can do to make it easier. If you're helping someone editing, you'd help them do like every stage of editing, why it matters, all that. I'll show you real quick actually what I'll show you kind of what my offer includes, just so you have a good idea on what you need, right? So I help people go from 0 up to the 10, 15, 20K mark with coaching, primarily fitness coaching. However, it can be anything, okay? With that, first, we help them figure out like the identity, get into their mindset, get into that identity so they have an unbreakable mindset and will not stop working, right? I'm not saying they have to work all the time, but if they wanted to, they could. Then we help them choose the ideal offer, an ideal client, ideal niche, right? Kind of what we're doing right now, but like obviously a lot more in depth. Make their offer step by step. We sit there together, we create their offer with them so that they know exactly what they're helping their people with, and they know what their pain points are, what their desires are. For the guy that's video editing, we literally sat down for like an hour just mapping out exactly what he would need to have for these people, who he could help, all of that. Next, we're going to show you how to position yourself as an expert in your field, okay? What does this mean? Position yourself to be authority figure, and people see you as an expert so that they think that they need to work with you, right? Creating some like FOMO in the environment and really having them like go to your account and they can see that you are positioned as an expert, right? What kind of pinned posts you have to have, what kind of content you have to do, what highlights you should have, what your name should be, what your bio should look like, all of that, okay? Next, a content system. So we show exactly what kind of content they need to build, like the strategy they need to use that any coach can use to scale up to that 10, 15, 20K month mark without having to use ads, without having to use crazy funnels, any of that, okay? Next, we're going to show them how to sell using stories and DMs, right? What you can actually do in DMs to make that happen. Cold outreach. This isn't the kind of cold outreach you think. It's not just you're reaching out to random people. This is the kind of people they interact with your videos and then you're outreaching to them, okay? We show you how to build your sales funnel. Now, this isn't some like crazy, like in-depth funnel. This is a simple VSL if you're at the point you need one. You really don't need a VSL until you're like past 20K a month. So these bottom three are kind of more for scaling, right? But we show you how to build your sales funnel, and your sales funnel is everything from the first person someone sees you until they become a client, right? So that will go over that. We show you how to do actual closing. So these are some bonuses that I have, right? I have many bonuses in my thing. One of the bonuses is that you get over $25,000 worth of sales training that I've invested into for free, just included with it, right? If you become a client, you get that for free. You also get like 100 hook stuff, you get video audits, you get everything, right? Literally everything that you need. Then we show you how to actually deliver results to your clients so that they can scale up, so they can get everything they need. And then high touch access. So this is where we do it one-on-one, like every single step. I'll basically like sit on the phone through the entire thing and do it for you. Now, this is only for our higher mentorship. But yeah, this is like what you actually need in your offer to succeed as a coach. Now, this is the best offer that you will find for starting coaching, because I've optimized it, and I've gone through it, and I've had people, every time someone comes in, I ask them, is there anything else I should add? Is there anything I need to do better on? But you need your offer to do that. You need it to go through every step they will need to scale up as what you're trying to help them scale as, right? Or what you're trying to help them do. Okay, so a person that I'm going to show you is they have helping you lose 20 plus pounds in 90 days and build a movie star body without cutting carbs or cocktails. This is perfect. Perfect example of niching down, right? This person is helping people who are going to be on camera lose weight. The reason this is good is because anyone on camera is going to want to lose weight. Anyone. On top of that, they don't want to cut cocktails, cut carbs, right? They're going to be going out with their other movie stars, other friends, or stuff like that. So they don't want to cut that, and they have a guarantee in place, right? So this is perfect. Every single person who looks at this, who's going to be on film, is going to think, oh yeah, this guy knows, like, this guy is for me, okay? That's why it's so good. Now, I'm not saying this entire bio is perfect, but I'm saying that this sentence right here, that's a pretty good offer. It could definitely be remapped to be a little bit better written, but it is good. It's very, very good. Once you have your offer, okay, which is made to bring people from where they are to where they want to be in an in-depth manner so that all their problems are solved, you need to ask around, okay? Take out your phone, open your contacts, and DM and message every single person. Okay, your contacts are your leads. I guarantee you, if you're doing something like fitness coaching, or if you're doing something like high ticket sales, I guarantee you there's people in your phone that could be benefited from it. I guarantee you. And if there isn't, then DM people on Instagram, find people who you could help, and you're not going to be asking to get them to be a paid client. You're going to give them your offer for free, okay? Why? Why are you giving them free? The reason that you're helping them for free is because you need proof in order to actually charge people for it, okay? Proof for yourself that you can actually do it, right? So this gets over kind of the mental barrier that you can't give people results. And then showing proof, next we're going to show you what I mean by that. Showing proof so that people know that you know what you're talking about, and then they can then act as either tell more people, right? Get referrals from it, or you could then move them up to be paying clients, right? So free coaching for 3 months. After those 3 months, if you're confident with your results and you want to keep going, then boom, we can get you up to be a paid member for the next 3, right? So how you're actually going to do that is basically reach out. This is for fitness coaching. Hey, I recently started online fitness coaching. I was wondering if you knew anyone who'd like to be in the best shape of their life for free, right? Now, the reason you say, do you know anyone, is because they can either say, yeah, I do, here's a number, or they can say, I'm interested. Either way, boom, you just got your first client. Just hop on a call, tell them the details, and do it. There's no risk for them in this situation, but there's a lot of reward for you. Client proof is the number one thing that's going to get you sales. If you have no client proof at all, then you will most likely not get that many sales. You might get a few at the beginning here and there, but those first client wins are the most important. That's why so many people never end up getting to the 10K mark, is because they try to skip steps, right? They try to skip, or they have like a mental barrier holding them back, saying, oh, I can't charge this many people for it, so they undercharge. But you have to understand, get free results first so you are confident in actually charging people for it. Once you do that, I want you to start posting your content, okay? Start posting top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel content so that you know so your clients can build connection with you, see value, and see proof. If you want to know the exact kind of content you should be posting, I have a video called the 10K Content Funnel Episode 1. It goes over what content strategy I give my clients so that they can hit 10, 15, 20K a month. Go check that out if you want the exact content you should be posting. Watch that after this, okay? Once you post content, you're going to be able to post proof with a CTA. What's a CTA? That's a call to action. That means you're telling them what to do in order to get something. So you can show proof of your client results and either say, hey, DM me this word or comment this word to either work one-on-one with you or to get some sort of free training, right? You're not going to be training them completely for free. You're going to give them either a workout program. You're going to give them either a meal plan. The reason you're doing this, and these need to be copy and paste, you can give the exact same one to every single person, because those are now leads. You know, if someone asked for that, they would be interested in more help. So either do a call to action for them to simply just work with you, right? You're going to get less people, but it is more direct. So anyone who's really needing just to get that last push, they're going to start working with you then. Or you can build a list of leads, right? And you should do both of these. Build a list of leads by giving out free results, right? So a lot of time I just give out free training. Like all the training that I actually help my clients with, I give out for free. Now, even if you had all the information, you aren't going to be able to apply it the exact same way, right? That's why coaching exists. You can look up all the information for fitness coaching, but you're not going to get the same results as if you were with a great coach. Same with this, right? You can take this information, and I guarantee you, if you apply it to 100%, you will hit like 10, 15, maybe even 20K. But I also guarantee you that it's going to take 10 times as long. What it would maybe take you a few months could potentially take you a year or more, right? Multiple years even. Because you have to learn everything yourself. You have to go through, you have to do trial and error instead of just having everything handed to you, basically just like guaranteeing that you get the results that you want, right? So this is the process you need to take. If you do this process with 100% effort, right? You go through it, you follow every single step, and if you need to rewatch the video, save this video if you want one-on-one help implementing this whole process and scaling from either 0 or like under that 5K mark up to the 10, 15, 20K a month mark with coaching, then book a call with me or click the video to watch what kind of content you actually need to be posting. That's all I got for you today. I wish you luck with everything, and I will see you next time.